and those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. Friedrich Nietzsche. Even in the deepest depths of nihilism, music still has undeniable meaning.
Yeah, everybody gotta be something. Everybody wanna be something.
Music carries with it emotion, and emotion speaks to us universally. Music, in some ways, is a universal language. When we are sad, music gives us a cave to dwell. When we are happy, music amplifies our smile. When we are angry, music can give us a sense of destruction without actually destroying anything. In social situations, music loosens the mood and allows us to be more carefree. When I want to think deeply, I will often use instrumental music to aid in my contemplation. Biology tells us that music lights up the feel-good chemicals in our brains, such as dopamine and serotonin. And while this may be true, it is not enough to answer my question, as we humans are more than biology in my opinion. So that question is, why do we listen to music? Although I already touched on the biology of music, the science of psychology has much more to say about why us humans listen to it. Carl Jung believed that, quote, music certainly has to do with the collective unconscious, meaning that the latent material of being human has woven into it archetypal patterns that give music meaning. Symbols expressed through sound display to us meaning and beauty because they connect and describe deep, unconscious aspects of ourselves. Less abstractly, music is scientifically estimated to have been around for at least 250,000 years. It is speculated that music could be a way for us to display our genes and our mental and physical competence, so musical excellence is mating potential. It is also speculated that music predates even language, so music was our primary medium for cooperation, and thus more musically inclined people had higher chances of survival. Furthermore, certain types of music may give some negative emotion and others positive emotion. This is likely because as we grow up, we associate different types of experience with the music we were listening to at the time, so our tastes are different. This parallels well with the evolutionary theory previously described because, for example, if one hum of music was to warn against threats, but another was to celebrate a victory, then our emotional responses would be different, just as different sentences mean different things to us. Metaphysics aims to answer the deepest, most unanswerable questions, such as what is reality? I take on a complex metaphysics that should shed an interesting and inspiring light on music. I will explain this in a metaphorical, story-like fashion. Imagine that you are an infinitely creative being and you have nothing but curiosity and creative power. But there is one problem. You are so infinite that you are nothing but yourself, so you can't see yourself from any perspective. You simply just are. You are a totally self-accepting and self-generating force. You feel nothing but absolute creativity. But you want to feel different types of self-appreciation, a more finite self-appreciation. So you split infinity into illusory finite pieces and invent perspectives so that you can view things from a seemingly outside perspective. You invent dreams so that you can only imagine and focus on one finite piece at a time. But there is one problem. Within these dreams, you still aren't fully in them. You still know they are illusions, so they are not completely finite to you. And so you invent a dream world where you are a person who needs to survive and who forgets that they are an illusion. In fact, you invent an infinite amount of these dream worlds, and then you mesh some of them together to see what happens. You invent reproduction so that the dream worlds and collective dream worlds are self-sufficient, and your surviving beings who forgot their infinite nature evolve over time. And over time they evolve into a species which is exceptionally creative. Creative just like you, but in a finite form. And so your wish is fulfilled. Humans are your creative vehicle to express and appreciate creativity through a finite lens. And so finally, music is one of these finite vehicles of expression you've created in order to appreciate your own creative complexity. Infinity by nature has to create finite things, and when it does so, it creates finite creation and appreciation, which is part of what makes infinity whole. And so music, just like living, is an act of godlike creativity, tapping into the power of infinite expression in a finite world in order to expand the beauty within, like an ever-expanding art piece, and we are one of the infinite hands of the artist. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Mason.